Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. So glad you're here. Today we're taking on a massive milestone for English learners. We are going to totally master the present perfect tense. We're going to look at this tense as a sort of time bridge. And trust me, by the time we wrap this up, you'll see exactly how it seamlessly connects the past to your present reality.
Okay, let's just be honest for a second. Have you ever struggled with English tenses? I mean, if you're nodding your head right now, you are so completely normal. Figuring out when to use the simple past versus the present perfect is literally one of the biggest hurdles. They seem so similar, right? But they communicate entirely different ideas about time. So we're going to clear that up once and for all today.
Here's our game plan to get there. 1. The time bridge. 2. Building the perfect. 3. For and since. 4. Already, yet, and ever. 5. Common mistakes. And finally, 6. A quick mini quiz to lock it all in.
All right, starting off with Section 1, the time bridge, past meets present.
So the absolute most crucial thing to grasp is what this tense actually does. Think of the present perfect as a literal time bridge. It connects a totally completed past event with present consequences. Basically, if an action is finished in the past and has zero connection to right now, boom, the bridge is broken. That's your simple past. But if that action connects to your life today, if the result still matters right this second, well, that bridge is intact. It's this awesome mix of past and present.
Moving on to Section 2, building the perfect, structure, and formula.
You know, the formula to build this tense is surprisingly simple. Think of it like math. You just need 3 building blocks. First, your subject. Second, your auxiliary verb, which is going to be either have or has. And third, your past participle. Let's look at our examples. I have visited London, and she has lived here. See? If your subject is I, you, we, or they, you just grab have. If it's he, she, or it, you use has. Honestly, it really is that straightforward. Just plug your words right into the formula.
Well, okay, there is one tiny catch. While regular verbs just take an ed at the end, like play becomes played, English is absolutely packed with irregular verbs. So the past participle of be is been, go is gone, eat becomes eaten. Unfortunately, there's no magic trick for these ones. With their vowel changes and n endings, you've just got to memorize them to keep your time bridge standing strong.
Let's jump to Section 3, for and since, talking about time.
This is super important. A huge part of the present perfect is using for and since to talk about things that started in the past and are still going on. Here's the difference. Since points to a specific, exact starting point on your timeline, like 8 o'clock, Monday, or the month of April. But for measures the duration. It's the length of time spanning across your timeline, like 2 hours, 6 months, or 10 solid years.
Let's map this out so it really sticks. Imagine someone moved into a house back in 2021, and hey, they're still living there today in 2026. If we want to focus on the duration, the whole span of time, we'd say she has lived here for 5 years. But if we want to shine a spotlight on the exact starting point, we say she has lived here since 2021. They are both perfectly correct. It just completely depends on whether you're emphasizing the start date or the length of the bridge.
Next up, Section 4, keyword markers, already, yet, and ever.
Okay, these little time keywords show up constantly, but they do have specific placement rules. Let's run through them real quick. Ever is for questions about life experiences, like, have you ever been to Japan? Never goes in positive statements to express a negative idea. I have never seen Titanic. Already is also for positive statements, usually when something happens way sooner than expected, like, I've already finished. And finally, yet is saved for negative statements and questions, and it almost always hangs out right at the end of the sentence. We haven't cleaned the house yet. Nail these 4, and you're going to sound incredibly natural.
All right, and to Section 5, common mistakes, pitfalls to avoid.
So this right here, this is probably the biggest trap learners fall into. It's so tempting to say something like, I have seen him yesterday. But wait, remember our time bridge? If you use a specific, totally finished past time word, like yesterday, at 3 o'clock, or in 2010, that bridge to the present is broken, smashed. The action is entirely in the past, meaning you cannot use the present perfect. For those specific past times, you absolutely got to use the simple past. I saw him yesterday.
Here's another really tricky one, especially if you've been practicing those continuous tenses. You actually can't say, I have been knowing her for a long time. Why? Well, because verbs describing a state of being, like know, understand, or want,
are called stative verbs, and the golden rule is that stative verbs generally do not take continuous ing forms. So the correct, perfectly built sentence is simply, I have known her for a long time.
Time for Section 6, Mini Quiz. Test your knowledge.
Let's see how strong that bridge is. Here is your first challenge. She saw or has seen that movie before. Take a quick second. Which verb tense correctly completes this sentence about a life experience?
Got your guess? The correct answer is, she has seen that movie before. Why? Well, that little word before signals a life experience connecting her past directly to her present knowledge. Remember our irregulars, see, saw, seen? We need that past participle seen to build the present perfect. Huge congrats if you nailed that one.
Okay, let's try just one more. Which of these two is right? We are together since 2015, or we have been together since 2015. Think back to those duration rules we just covered.
And the correct answer is, we have been together since 2015, because we're looking at a situation that kicked off in the past, 2015, and is still happening right now. We desperately need the time bridge. Are is just simple present, but have been perfectly bridges the gap using our keyword since.
Wow, you guys did absolutely fantastic today. We covered so much ground, from mathematical formulas to tricky irregular verbs to those keyword markers. But hey, learning isn't just passive watching, it's about actually doing it. So I'm leaving you with a question to answer for yourself right now. How long have you studied English? Grab your new tools. Start with I have studied English, and then figure out if you need for the duration or since for the exact start date. Keep building those time bridges, and you will be a total expert before you know it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on The Explainer.